Shelter, food, a root cellar for that food, and even the beginnings of enough free time to think of new ways of improving their lives. Alison, Max, and now Wallace have come far in one season. Because yes, it is now the final day of the winter months in these mountains, and it is safe to say that Alison has survived it. Now, with spring soon approaching, it's time for the pair to begin to focus on preparing their settlements for the possibility of farming, as well as for better defenses against a possible attack, should those philosophers ever decide on a round 2. Hello, and welcome back to Going Medieval, with Alison, Max, and Wallace here. And, of course, the forever grouping of 4 wild wolves that still haven't actually been much of a nuisance other than eating the food when we still had it up in this stockpile. They definitely won't be a nuisance in that regards anymore now that we have our root cellar built down here. And there's a few things I've been wondering since the last episode, because if you select the food, it does say decaying because of ground type here. And I'm wondering, is that because it is natural stone? So, my thinking is, right, if I go over here and select limestone, and I was to select all this as a limestone floor, would that improve how long the food can actually last for? Then again, it is 10 days. It is like a season. It is almost the entirety of spring that it's going to take before it rots. So maybe that's not the biggest issue. We're going to try that though. It shouldn't be too difficult to build up those floors. Right. As mentioned in the intro though, there are 2 things that are on my mind other than that. And one is the chronicles that we need to be able to do the research that we want. If we look into the research tab once again, architecture takes 15 chronicles. I've set a 5 to be made. I'm now realizing I need a lot more. So let's make at least 10 more chronicles to get architecture, and we can reinforce our root cellar down there. The next thing I'm going to want is agriculture. So that is 10 chronicles. That is a total of 25 chronicles. So let's just go over here, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be 15. And I just saw the tooltip. If I hold down Control and click once more, there we go. 23 chronicles left to be made. And then we should have architecture and agriculture. There are definitely other things that would be interesting to make, such as this, to be able to get access to, like, bookshelves and stuff. Of course, stone block cutting. Stone blocks, if you make walls out of stone blocks, are actually more defensible, have more hit points than the limestone walls that we've been making so far. That's pretty good, because yes, in this game, unlike a few other games that I've played in the past in this style, you can get attacked by things that can actually siege your base with like trebuchets and stuff and destroy the walls. It is quite a pain in the butt. So though we will want to build some defenses to be able to funnel our potential invaders to a certain place and be able to live properly, deal with them, we have to keep that in mind, that they are able to destroy walls. So maybe a good thing for us wouldn't be to build walls around this area, but to get rid of any of these slopes that they are in places that we don't want them, and to literally just dig out the floor and make a hole. That way they won't be able to pass. Is that a little exploity of the AI who can't actually build anything? Yes. Yeah, it kind of is, now that I think of it. But it might be our best shot at doing this, at being able to defend ourselves a little bit better. Here we go. There's a slope over here. So you know what? I'm going to start queuing that up. Any minute now, Alison and Wallace are going to wake up, and one of them is going to start doing research. The other one can start working on defenses. So we're going to do this here. Get rid of some of these slopes that we don't want. Let's get rid of this slope as well, and then we can just like maybe cut into here. Can anyone go down here? Ah, yes, there's a slope right here. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of this slope here. We're going to dig out a channel right over here. Let's focus on the slopes first, but I'm thinking a channel right over here, and then have it continue all the way up to here, which should give us access to, this is salt. Okay, I was hoping that was iron. The iron is over here. Yes, iron nuggets. Okay, that doesn't matter. So yeah, we'll be able to dig over here and then dig all the way over here, and that'll make it so that any melee attackers won't be able to just come in here. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Let's just take a quick look around. Make sure there are no other slopes we've missed. It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it. No. We'll be able to just chop this off here. This is a much easier place to chop off. Actually, you know what? I'm going to queue that up right away. There we go. The wolves that are here, they're not hurting anybody. Let's just leave them to that. And we are going to ask, ooh, which one of you two are better at research? Let's take a look. Skills. Let's see. Intellectual 0 for Alison. Oh, Alison. Oh, Wallace. None of you are very good at that kind of work. None of you have any interest in that kind of work either. Okay. All right. Well, Wallace has showed himself to be the better of the two miners. Not by much, granted, but slightly. So, Alison, you are going to prioritize research. Also, I want you guys to always attempt to heal and do convalescence. We have Max on hauling duty, so let's just leave that to that. What is stewardship? I'm sorry. Taking care of basic tasks like locking doors, closing windows, extinguishing torches, etc. Oh! Okay, let's bring that up too then. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. I'm sorry if there's extra noise coming from upstairs. I can hear it, I don't know if the mic picks it up. Here we go. Wallace is going back to taking that out. And Alison, I would like to believe, yes, is now working on our chronicles. We have quite a few to make, and it is the last day of winter officially, so the quicker the better. I don't think it's the end of the world if she isn't able to do get agriculture before like late spring. We should still be able to get some food from that through the summer and through autumn, at least most of autumn, so it's not the end of the world. Also, I might be wrong, but it is possible for there to be a little bit of frost at the beginning of spring rather. So maybe it is good that we don't instantly start farming. Okay, let's see, Alison. Oh, you're bringing books downstairs. That's good. All right, this is gonna be dug up. We don't want them to have instant access to our little compound here, so we're going to do that. Let's have them focus on getting rid of these slopes for now, or rather, let's let Wallace focus on getting rid of those slopes for now. That way, there should, and of course this, because then there should only be two real ways to get in. One will be up this slope, and one will be through this massive area. Not ideal. We do want to close this up, but for the time being, it is better. And once this is the only way up, definitely we want to get them to have enough construction skills to be able to make some spike traps, and then we can we could figure out some way to make sure that Alison and Wallace do have an advantage over anybody attacking. The other advantage to the spike traps, oh look, the wolves have started moving out. I was gonna say is that if any wild animals steps on them, sometimes they trigger, and it is a labor-free method of getting, well, I guess not 100% labor-free, because you have to build the spike traps and then you have to reset them, but you don't have to have one of your settlers actually going out and hunting themselves. Sometimes things just get hunted on their own. It looks like our wolf friend is heading off now, so yep, we no longer have any problems with wolves stealing our foods, and plus they've moved on. So I'm not 100% sure if what did I just see there? All right, I think there was a little bug. That wolf just scaled a cliff because the slope is gone and then just fell back down. Let's not worry about that. But yeah, I think this is going well. Oh, Wallace has already, it would seem, dug up most of the slopes. So this should be the last slope, and then he should only have that to dig, which is dirt, which is fast to dig. I think we will actually be able to set him up to start digging this out. This will be much slower because most of it won't be dirt, it'll be limestone. But he's been making really good time. Has his skill been going up? Yep, mining level 13. So yeah, the more they go up, the more they're fast at what they do, and the less like resources they mess up and stuff. And Alison just got some intellectuals. Wallace, did you just jump down? There are some really weird things happening right now. That's fine. Okay, so Wallace is digging out this right here. A hare carcass has decomposed on the stockpile. Oh no! Oh no! It would seem that our friend Max here had hunted a hare at some point, and I didn't notice it, and now it's gone bad. Oh! Oh, look at this. Red currant shrubs. Current growth phase ripe. Well, it would seem that even the last day of winter, these red currants have already grown. Maybe they just froze throughout the winter. Maybe that's what's happening. We have some herbs here. These are ripe as well. They may be about to go into flower though. I don't think we'll have time to pick those up. That's okay. We can deal with that. Max is still picking stuff up over here. All right, and Wallace is about to dig up the last of this. So like I was saying, dirt is a lot faster to dig up. It only qualifies for like 3 dirt. I think that's actually clay that it leaves behind. Dirt pile. Oh, I was wrong. Construction material, raw material. Oh, so it doesn't give you clay, it gives you dirt. Well, okay then. Now we know. You know what the one issue I have here though, now that I look at this, is that there's no clear way of going up here because I got rid of the slopes. It might take him a little longer to get to these. All right, let's take a look. What is everybody doing right now? Wallace is... Oh, okay. Wallace is constructing the floor here. And he has constructed a floor under this raw meat. So, if we select it... Oh! Look at this. If I select the red currant pile, decomposes blah blah blah. Right? If I select this roasted meat pile, decomposes. If I select the raw meat that is on the floor, it doesn't say it decomposes. Oh, I think we've broken it. We've broken the code. So if we have them on floor, it doesn't decompose. That is fantastic. That means our meat is just gonna stay good. How cold is it in here? It is 2 degrees. This is like essentially a refrigerator right now. Wallace is gonna continue making these. Our fantastic. Our roasted meat pile is is not decomposing anymore either. Fantastic. Oh, I am thrilled. That's what I was hoping when I started this episode. That's not what I expected. I'm going to be honest. I completely expected that wouldn't work. All right. Here we go. Wallace is going somewhere. He must be getting more limestone. Okay, Alison, back to her research. Wonderful. Alison, keep it up. It looks like you've already churned out like 6, soon to be 7 of these chronicles. So we should soon be able to reinforce our downstairs thing. Our little root cellar should be a little bit better. I don't think it actually would collapse, to be honest, just because it hasn't yet. Construction failed. Construction failed. Wallace, you're supposed to be really good at construction. Oh well. All right. None of them have been going towards the red currents that I've set up as targets of interest. So this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to help them out just a little bit. I'm going to build this here and build this here. Right? Okay, Alison is working on this again, and Wallace is having a little prayer. That's all right. Give him a little meditation time. It's good. It's good to be able to take a moment and kind of reflect on things in silence sometimes. You know, you get really excited about things and carried away with everyday life, but it's good to every now and again just take a moment and see where you are, see where things are, and relax. At least I think so. Here we go. Wallace is going over here, getting construction resources. Fantastic. That should, yeah. Wallace. That should be for these stairs. And once these stairs are up, of course, we'll have access to all the things that we queued up, which should help out quite a bit. Something that's a little sad, I think, for my settlers here up in the mountains, is that their bedtime, they're supposed to have leisure time at 9 and 10 o'clock at night, and they usually don't take it. I'm just going to add something here. Just add a little bit. I don't want to overwork them. They've done a lot of work so far. They've done excellent work so far, but I don't want to overwork them. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, we have gold. I'm sorry. Okay, we are definitely going to be digging into this later on. Get some gold, get some iron, make ourselves some good like armor and stuff, or in case we get attacked. Wonderful. Wallace is just about to finish up these stairs, and he's gained a whole bunch of experience in the construction of things. Once he hits 15, we will be able to build traps. Maybe it's a good idea to just make a bunch of chairs. We're going to select this, expand this out. I missed an entire row there. Fantastic. And I think we have quite a bit of limestone, and we're going to get a lot more when we dig out this what's the word I'm looking for? Hole in the ground. Defensive hole in the ground. There's a name for that. Moat? Is moat the word I'm looking for? It might be the word I'm looking for. Once they dig out this moat, they're going to get a whole bunch of limestone. So maybe it's a good idea to have Wallace just build a whole bunch of these stone... Oops, right here. These stone stools. They're quite cheap and simple to make. And yeah, it should help him learn construction a little bit better, and maybe be able to make those more defensive structures like traps and stuff. All right, I haven't looked at Alison's work so far quite a while, and she hasn't gone that far. It's not surprising. As I mentioned, when we were looking at Wallace's stats, rather. The higher these stats are, the faster they go. And Alison's intellectual is level 1. Used for research, faster research, yeah. So she doesn't research very quick. She isn't very interested in research either, which means her skill doesn't go up very quickly. But Wallace is in the exact same boat as she is. Where is he? Apparently he's sleeping. I'm sorry. Wallace? It's just, Wallace, I had no idea. It is midnight. Poor Wallace. I had no idea you had such a lovely beard. I had never noticed. There we go. A hat. Okay. He was cold. He's inside now. Fantastic. Wallace is having a drink, eat, roasted meat. Yeah, he's having a little food. And then I expect he'll be heading off to bed. Alrighty. No. Where's he going? Oh, he just picked up some more roasted meat. Ooh, actually, we have 1 roasted meat left. You know what I'm thinking, right? Because it looks like our roasted meat does not go bad anymore? Yeah, see, the freshness has not changed. Nothing could be more delicious than fresh, succulent roast meat, a noble meal. Stockpile that can store the resources exists. True. Mark for hauling false. Aesthetic value inside. On stockpile. True. Value. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be going bad at all anymore. What I'm thinking is that I could just turn everything into, like, completed foods for them. Oh! We got a message. Spring. Spring arrived in Thelthrope. Shelthrope? Shelthrope. I believe that's the mountain region that we're in. As the sun warmed the sleeping ground, vegetation began to grow. It was the perfect time to sow crop for the coming year. Yes, it would be the perfect time to sow crop. Unfortunately, we don't have that research yet. So spring comes with moderate temperatures. Rain and fog are frequent. Small chance of hailstorms. There are hailstorms. So yeah, it is possible for it to go into freezing weather and kill off the crops. So ideally, we do get the research as quickly as possible for agriculture, but it's not the end of the world. Alison is cooking. Who is better at cooking, I wonder? Let's see. Culinary. Oh, it's definitely going to be Alison. 28. That is high. Okay. Jobs. Where is cooking? Cooking. Alison. Cooking. Yep. Thank you. Alison, we definitely want you cooking up a storm. Hauling to stockpile. Fantastic. And as for Wallace, what are you doing today? You are building this up. Good, good, good. Good. I suppose they already picked up the herbs. I would hope so, though maybe that's not the case. And if it's not, that's unfortunate. Ooh, Wallace construction skill is now 14. That means he is 1 off from being able to make traps and stuff. Wonderful. Let's see. What is Alison doing right now? She is preparing meals. Why is she heading out here though? Oh, she needs sticks. She needs wood and sticks. There's 6 wood. There's 81 sticks. Okay, we're gonna need to cut down some trees eventually. I'm getting all excited now. Here we go. Oak tree. This is a dead tree. Let's cut the dead tree down. What about this? Oak tree. This is a dead tree. Cut the dead tree down. The same here. Another dead tree. That's a Scots pine. Okay. That's all right. Let's see. How is Wallace doing? Aha! Not only is he done building this, but he is picking up red currants. So we're going to have other things than just the meat. You know what? Let's queue all that up. We might as well. They do grow better in summer, the red currants and stuff. So we could wait for it to get to a point where it is like ripe, but no, that's fine. This is fine like that. We're gonna have a bunch of red currant for other things. Once Wallace is done here, we are going to set him up on digging out our trench. Trench? I had the word moat earlier. Maybe trench is more apt to what we're having him do. Okay. Max is going to go back and forth, so Wallace doesn't really need to do any of this. Let's set this up. Dig ourselves a little hole in the ground. There we go. Here we go. It's a little close to the house, admittedly, but shouldn't be a problem. So once Wallace is done with his, well, he's done with this, he'll be able to come over and start digging, and he already is. Fantastic. Wallace, you're doing an amazing job. How is Alison doing over here? Alison is building her. Oh, she's building her her next chronicle, and 15 is what's left. Let me take a look at that real quick. Research, architecture. Okay, architecture is 15 and then agriculture is 10. So there are 5 left. Does it tell me what I'm missing? No, it doesn't. Oh, yes, up here, available. So we have 10 available, and we're going to need 15 in total here. Wonderful. Okay. Well, I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at what they have to do, and I'm thinking, let's speed this along just a little bit. Here we go. 2 times speed. Nothing crazy. And we're just going to let them do what they're set up to do, just for a while, and have a little rest. Take a little moment, breathe in, and breathe out. There we go. We can rest our minds, our eyes, while we have our settlers do all the work. And sure enough, you know what? Alison? Do you have... Okay, no, hauling is 3. That is very interesting, because she seems to be prioritizing moving the books down rather than going on to the next book. And we have Max to do that. We have Max to go down and, do some hauling for us. So I don't know what's happening there exactly. Yeah. And of course, Wallace is taking a long time digging this out. I had no illusions that it was going to be quick, to be honest. Limestone is hard to dig through, and even with his 13 mining skills, it's not going to be fast. Here we go. 3 more books until we can have architecture, and agriculture is still further away, but that's okay. It is only the first day of spring, so we still have most of spring as well as an entire summer season to be able to, actually do some agriculture. And we actually do have food, and food that apparently does not go bad, which I have to admit I'm surprised by. That just building floors underneath the food in our root cellar keeps it good forever. I thought it would like refrigerate it, make it last longer, but this is yeah, it's definitely surprising. Okay, there's 2 more books before we have architecture, and oh my gosh, they're just doing so much good work here. Alison, admittedly, not the fastest. She doesn't have the highest intellectual skill in the world, but she's doing pretty good time on here. She makes like 1 or 2 books a day, maybe 3. I haven't been counting at least, so that may be completely wrong. Wallace over here is just a beast on the pickaxe and digging up like crazy. Unfortunately, he is standing out in rain right now. That must be really unfortunate. Here we go. Let's give a look. Oh, he's moving stuff over. And I'm looking up the time now. It is already 6 o'clock. Yeah, time for supper, Wallace. Alison just had her little daily prey. Wonderful. They should still be able to pump out a few more things. Alison is about to finish up another book. I don't know if she'll have time in the 3 or so hours she has left in the day to make one more book. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I've messed around with their schedules, and in an hour they should have recreational time to do whatever they want. They may play backgammon until the end of the day. We'll have to take a look. Wallace is having a little prayer. Okay. Yes, Alison is going to play backgammon. It's just a shame that they don't play at the same time, but it's not the end of the world. Here we go. Isn't this nice? After all the troubles and tribulations, they're both playing backgammon together. After all the troubles and tribulations our three heroes have gone through, the harsh winter that they've had to endure, they now finally have some time for a little R&R. I think that's great. Alison, what are you doing? Oh, she's cooking something. She was running out of ingredients and stuff. And of course, Wallace has just decided, you know what I'm going to do, as I'm supposed to have recreational time? I'm going to dig a hole. Wallace does love digging holes. Maybe he was a dwarf in another life. Who's to say? Alison has gone back to doing some research, but I think that she won't be able to make a new book by the end of the day. No, she's having a little snack. It is already 10 o'clock. It is 4 degrees outside, which reminds me, when it's going to start getting warmer outside, we're going to want to turn off these braziers inside so they don't cook to death in their bedroom. Here we go. It is now bedtime. Here's our autosave, which means it is now the end of the episode. Fantastic. So, we got quite a bit of work done this episode. A little bit less. Well, I was going to say a little bit less than last time. That's not true. It's a little bit less visible than last time, I guess. So, we do have only one more book left before we're able to acquire our first research, architecture, which is going to be very helpful to support any more cave-related stuff that we do in the future. We have been able to remove all the slopes from around here and leave only one slope into our home area. And Wallace has even started digging out this little trench, this little moat of sorts over here. Maybe we'll make a wall and make it more of a moat in the future, though I don't think there's actual water in this game yet, at the very least. He managed to get himself access to some red currants, and we now have red currants as well as a meat to eat. Things are going swimmingly here up in the mountains, and with the first day of spring that has just finished, I'm hoping for more good days to come ahead. However, something that I have not mentioned before now, I believe, is the difficulty level that I have set in this playthrough. Those of you who did watch my Cult of the Lamb series a while back will know full well that I have the bad habit of, opening up a new game, saying I'm going to do a Let's Play, and selecting the hardest difficulty level. And I can't actually remember what difficulty level I gave myself. I don't know if it says anywhere. Edit, randomize, no. I'm fairly certain I put myself on survival difficulty, which should mean that we should be getting attacks in the future, and they should be getting increasingly worse. So, with that thought, we're gonna have to see what that means for our next episode. If Alison and Wallace will survive, and I think it might be good to start thinking about a point where we can consider ourselves successfully surviving up in these mountains. Maybe a goal that we'll be able to put. If you have a goal in mind for Alison, Max, and Wallace up in this up in these mountains, go ahead and write them down in the comments. I hopefully will see them before I get to a tragic end to this series. I do tend to record these far in advance. I have quite a bit going on in my everyday life, and so I want to make sure that one comes out at least every week. So with that in mind, leave a comment down below if you have a goal in mind for our settlers, and I will see you next week. Until then, goodbye.